which camera am I supposed to be looking at? That one? Okay. Okay, what can I say? Okay, I got it. I grew up in a very hyper-polarized family. Growing up, we were always told not to even mention politics when we were around certain family members or even just at the dinner table. When I would go to one side, there would be MSNBC on, and there would be all the banter about how Republicans suck and they want the world to end. And then I would go to the other side of my family and I would hear Fox News, Bill O'Reilly, everything of that sort, and the same rhetoric about how Democrats suck and they just want the world to end. It always caused division, arguments, frustrations, and honestly, a lot of hurt feelings. I remember reflecting as a small child and being like, well, if both sides suck and both sides want the world to end, then why is the world even still around? Like, there must actually be some kind of hidden thing that's going on that's working. And also, if I love both sides of my family, why can't they talk about this one thing? In a sense, that led to just a lot of political confusion. Because we weren't allowed to talk about these things and because it was so polarizing, I believe that it actually just deepened those feelings and the anger and the sentiment of this person is against me. When the conversations that I would hear separately from both sides were around central themes of that there needs to be reform in so many different areas, and both sides were frustrated with what the current landscape looked like. It wasn't until I got to college and was introduced to BridgeUSA that I realized that these two sides could actually talk to each other. They could realize that they have the same problems, the same frustrations, and the same irritations with what was going on in the actual world. They just didn't know that they were frustrated about the same things because they wouldn't talk about it with each other. Instead, they just assumed that the other side was completely okay with the status quo or wanted an even worse outcome. Growing up in a polarized family has been interesting to say the least. And I'm grateful for it because it made me realize that there's not a black and white answer to these problems, or there's not a right or a wrong solution. Everyone's looking at it from a different lens. And the only way that we can actually figure out what their lens is by talking to each other.